Hey, happy Father's Day. How you doing, sir?
How you doing? Now say hi to Facebook.
Oh,
Speaking to everybody.
yeah. People all across the world said, "Hey." down here in Mississippi, down here in Mississippi, everyone's just friendly. You never meet a stranger.
Yes,
Why is that not what's happening up north?
I don't know. It's a different
because
air.
we're just rude.
It's a different air down here. I mean, I love it. I gotta get down to Mississippi every year.
Now that's really interesting that you would say such a thing. Talking about it's just rude. We rude up here. I
Yeah,
don't
We
think
are.
yeah. I totally agree.
what?
Totally agree. Yeah. It's more of a community system down here.
Right.
Everyone looks out for each other. You know what? Your tomatoes didn't come up, girl. I got an extra couple on the back acres. Come on over and get them. They take care of each other. The food's better. It's not as
Well, we'll say that the food is better because you grow on your own. Most people they
there
grow
it
down
is.
there.
Right. That's the
Now
Right.
key.
here's what my question is. Since you said that the South is kinder than the North,
Hmm.
is the East kinder than the West?
No, the West is kinder than the East. West is like, come on, dude, surfers. Up in New York, they cramped in like they're cramped in. It's different. I would go west,
I don't
south
know.
first, west second, and then I'd go east. East is probably the meanest.
I disagree on that one because I lived West. I
You did live
See,
lived
east.
West. Watch this. No, I lived West and being there, which was wild, I met a lot of people from like the Ohio area and
Jackson,
up
bro.
north. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because we spoke to each other. We had eye contact and we spoke. West, they minding their business the
Right,
whole time.
right.
So
But, but
I agree with the South kinder than the North, but the East is kinder than the West.
the east is trying to stick you up. The west don't even want to be bothered with you. It's a difference. You gotta watch your. You
Why?
gotta
Well,
watch
I
your
can't
walk.
say I can't argue that point because you be all nice and kind. Next thing you know, you be like, "Hey, come over." You come back, you like, "Really?
Wallet gone. They hug you.
Am
Your
I
watch
seeing
is
this
gone.
partner for the first time?" So I get that part. That is too funny. Did you guys catch the BET Awards?
the
No,
end part of it.
The end part. Let me tell you, it was amazing.
was it?
It was amazing, and I'ma say why. It was amazing because they brought back 106 in Park, so all the artists there, the way that they delivered it and executed it was outstanding because they made it look like you were on 106 in Park and we were part of the audience of 106 in Park. So when they brought the artists out, they had a lot of performances. They had remember it was the time when like the BET Award, the Soul Train Awards, and we didn't show up.
Hmm.
You know, it was like empty. Well, the artist showed up. A Marie came back. This one thing has got me tripping. Remember,
Hmm.
she came back. Maya killing it still. Love Maya, and I'm gonna tell you why I love Maya. A lot of people don't know where she disappeared to.
Yeah,
Maya refused
yeah.
to
The Diddy
compromise
parties.
her morals and values to be a celebrity. She was like, boom, I'm out. So
Yeah.
come on back, Maya, because there is room for you. Hey, Marie, there's room for you, even though we know a lot of y'all gonna argue, the Beehive gonna argue with me. But A Marie is Beyonce got her stuff from I ain't gonna say she got it from her, but that's the vibe. She's giving A Marie vibes that way because A Marie was that chick. And it was like, bam, but we know her, A. Marie with the Jay Z thing. Then it was like, oh, bye, you sit down
Okay.
too. So my question is, should I, look, my question to you, A. Marie, look at that. I'm like, what? They don't care about the set.
Down the shop. I'm about to. I'm
I
about to
don't care
switch
where
up.
you at. I got my tomato to walking by. Oh, you on screen? Whatever. But A. Marie, come on back out and do your thing because she was real, she was sexy doing her thing. And they know, like I said, some people heard she was connected with Jay Z. Then all of a sudden it was like, bye. Don't know her story, as I was saying, regarding why she disappeared, but we could kind of figure that thing out. The audience, the upcoming female artists, baby, they was cheering And I love that because you could tell that those were their, they were fans of those actual people. My baby Snoop, if you know me, y'all know I love Snoop.
He did the thing. He did the thing.
Snoop
Snoop
did.
did it. He was smooth with it though.
Oh man, he
Smooth
killed
with
it.
it.
He killed it. I mean, it was amazing. B2K, they did great. They need to go
I
ahead,
miss them.
put their differences aside because they work well together. So sometimes when the group split, listen, y'all need each other and want to do a solo album, y'all need each other, regardless of the riffraff. And with social media, I think that's the difference between me reading a Right On magazine and getting a scoop like I used
Mm-hmm.
to everybody having, we all had access through magazines, to everybody being able to see you act a nut on social media. And that's when people stop liking you. Like even Chrisette Michelle, I think that, is that her name? Chrisette Michelle? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think she, even though she did the thing with the president the first go round, I think if people weren't able to see her on R&B Divas, they probably still would have rocked with her a little bit. But doing those reality shows and realizing their actual personality and knowing them, people are like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool on you. Because I think that's what's going on with Tasha from Escape.
Escape. Kelly
If,
Price is another one. Like she was on one of those shows for a minute, and that diva mentality. Her, who else? Michelle.
uh-huh.
Like watching them on TV, you like, wait a minute, this what
Well,
you do?
the people want to know the important questions, especially the fellas. Can you hear me? The fellas want to know was free there from 106 and Park. That's what we need to know.
Let me tell you, when they introduced Free, that crowd erupted. And I was one of them. I was standing up like I was at the award show. Listen, I was standing up with my pajamas on, sitting there like this, watching the TV, like I was right there. And when Free came, I was so excited. A lot of people know that Free was kicking it with Jay. Jay was around there. Now they want to know where Jay is at with uh the court hearing.
AJ, AJ.
Oh, AJ didn't show up.
Oh no?
No, Jay Z. I'm talking about when I went
Oh,
with Free
okay.
to Jay Z. So now they looking for Jay Z. Was he spoken of? What's his name brought up in Diddy court case? Bah. Well, no, but what we do know is that Kanye tried to show up to support Diddy. Listen, now it's open court. The public is allowed. Baby, they shut them doors on Kanye so fast.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a little bit disruptive.
You don't know what's gonna happen. So it's like, no, we don't need
Yeah.
antics. We already got what we got. There's some people that was in the courtroom some other days where they had to get escorted out. So you already know we're focused on Diddy and Jane Doe is who's on the stand now. The jurors don't need nobody else. And I think they said something about a juror number 6. Y'all look that up and see what's going on with juror number 6.
Cordell.
Because here's the thing. I don't think they showed up or something to that effect. I just caught it before I came here. Here's the thing. Diddy is supposed to have 12 jurors. You are, as an American citizen, you get, a jury amongst your peers and
Right.
12. If one leaves and no alternate slides in there, what does that mean? Does that mean
Mistrial.
Mistrial hung jury. Mistrial.
mistrial? So, what we really doing? Well, and I want to know, is the jury that's missing, is he black? Because if he's not black, that's the issue. If he's black, that's the issue. Because if he's the only black, then you are not sitting before a jury of your
Of
peers.
your peers. Of your peers, correct.
Right.
Yo, come on, let's do what we got to do. I'm just like, and it's sad to say that you think, well, I think, did you pay this cat off? Is this cat, it be black or it be white, regardless. Did you pay this person? So it's a mistrial because
I can be bought.
Y'all heard that?
Even
Y'all
if it's a
heard that from Nate the Agitator said he can be bought.
Yes, I can.
mistrial or guilty, Trump said he was going to pardon him anyway, so it really don't
He
matter.
said he may. That was a may if he wasn't treated properly. That was it. He ain't say he was gonna do it.
It's because he
But
will do
we
it.
know that everything that comes out of his mouth, it does happen. Now here's the thing too though. It seems like after President Trump said that, Diddy is kind of getting a little cocky in the courtroom per the people that are watching and saying his mannerisms. So it's like, you might not, don't trust it because some of the stuff President Trump said he did and took back. Okay, because y'all remember that whole HBCU thing? It was paid for several years back when Omarosa was in there with him. And now they taking all our money, our funding.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Elon is upset. Elon is upset because you'd have fired all them people to try to save some money, and now you up here spending gazillions for the police parade in California. So let's move on to the police parade in California regarding ICE. And would you say, Nate? Oh, okay. Regarding ICE. So when you dealing with ICE, I want to just ask you guys. I want to know. I see you guys over there too. Do you think that it is okay to commit a crime and become the victim?
No. No.
What you got, Nate the Agitator?
Well, in the agitator side of me, and say, well, that's the definition of a Karen right there. That's the complete definition of Karen. They can get away with it. But do I personally think it's okay? No, no. But I mean, it's what America is. You know, everyone gets the trophies. Everyone else's fault. It's your feelings need to be involved. So that's, it's how you want to look at that.
You know how I want to look at it.
Same way
I'm
I do.
looking at it this way. Why is it us, black folk, we can't commit a crime and be the victim? Matter of fact, we don't even commit a crime and are the victims.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So now you have Latino, and I'm just gonna put this out here. Yeah, y'all, my brother is. They be like, dang, we be arguing at the family table, the family dinner. No, we don't. I'm joking. Here, it's a you come over here illegally. Now you got something that's legal, but you're coming over here illegally and you get caught. Now you have to go. And we Americans are saying, why are we tearing families apart? That is not our problem. That was your daddy's fault. Your daddy should have told your mother, if you were born over here, said, listen, you know an illegal immigrant, and most women know. You still lay down with him, you reproduce with him, and now you want us to feel bad, and not even just a man. Women too. You know you came over here illegally, and you want us to feel sorry for you. It is your fault that you did that. I'm sorry you're torn away from your child. That is your you need to be held accountable. You need to be held accountable. No, let's look at it. You need to be held accountable. You did something illegal and came over here. Your child is legal. You're not. Those are things you should have thought about before. Do it the right way. And then
Right.
you're looking for brown. We need brown people to all come together. Well, where is Mario Lopez, Jennifer Lopez? Jennifer Lopez. What's Mario? Isn't his last name Lopez?
Yeah.
Mario
They all
Lopez.
they're all Lopez and Garcia. Don't worry about it.
Paris or what's
George Lopez.
George Lopez? Oh, they cousins. Okay.
They're
Where
all
them people at?
Lopez or
They
Garcia.
need to be standing up and making a point.
Here's the thing. They're mad because we won't join in their plight.
I get
Um,
that, but wait a minute. And pin it because I want to hear what you have to say. Where's your own people standing up? Why you looking for? We've been fighting for how long? Forever. And no lie, I ain't seen none of y'all standing up like boom, here we go. No.
Ricky Martinez, America Ferrera. Where are they?
We're underlay Eva. What's his
You
name?
know what? Even Longoria.
Nora. Like, draw a little picture, something. Give us something. so that I can say, oh, okay, what's happening here? But when your own don't stand up for you, I need to go to the Hispanic meeting.
Well, black women are the strongest protesters. You get them behind any plight, that gives you leverage and strength because you ain't gonna out talk this. This is more powerful than anything. If you got this on your side, you're definitely gonna win. But the way that the America is set up is set up. We need those illegals. They pay into retirement, they pay into Social Security, and they can't draw it. So when you get rid of them, you're hurting yourself. We are hurting ourselves.
Let me be clear. You said illegals paying into retirement.
Hmm.
Okay. Mm-mm. They can't. They're not on record. They're
They're,
undocumented.
they
That's why
cannot.
they
They
be
have to
paid
get
under
paid
the
under the
table.
They
table.
a lot of them get come over and get taxed. They come over on visas and get taxed. That's
That's
why we're not getting fruit
But
and
that's
they're
not
stuff like
immigrants
that.
illegal.
with
If
visa.
they're on a visa,
They're
that's not
that's
illegal.
not the illegal immigrants. Now he
Well, if
is
they get any
retracting.
type of
He
job,
retracting some visas, but I'm talking the illegal immigrants, not the people that came the right way, and that's what most other Latino people are having an issue with. We came the right way, and you get to come over here and skip in. Here's an example: what are they called? The people that just come in and lay in your house,
Hoarders. I mean,
squatters,
not
squatters,
squatters.
squatters,
Squatters,
squatters.
yeah,
squatters.
thank you, Nate.
Yeah.
That's why I was going with hoarders too. The squatters. Now think about that. The squatters, you sitting there in your house baking for a little bit. You go over there, and this happened. Somebody bought a house. Squatters was in there.
Hmm.
That, why is it over here? You go. This is your home. They can't even remove them.
You got to go through the court.
You got to go through the court to remove somebody who came into your house illegally. This is your property, and you don't even have rights to your own property. That's the issue for me.
Well, Mel, you done messed up. You done told them how to. I just all they got to do is claim squatters' rights, and ICE can't touch them. You just told you just gave it away.
And listen, and the owner can't touch you.
Well, hey, if they come over and they claim
Fire.
squatters' rights,
I
hey,
did. I just said it. But how wild is that? This is my property. I call the police, and the police can't remove these squatters. And why do squatters have rights? Have rights
why?
on your own property. You just can't come and just set up shop. And here we go. A man moved in. Let me finish that story. You guys can look it up. It was his property. The squatters would not leave. He called the police, had to go through the court. Instead of paying, what he had to pay all this money to
Hmm.
get them removed out of his property that they are illegally in. He moved in with them. They left.
Oh,
That's when they left.
there,
That's
there
more
is,
people need to do then, I guess.
there's
Move
another
in your house.
state.
We move. You got roommates and they're not paying nothing. That's crazy.
That's crazy. And then if you go to do the illegal thing like burn the house down, then you going to jail. So yeah, that's crazy.
That's all I'm saying. Look at it from that standpoint.
There was an Airbnb person that Airbnb'd her house while she went out for a weekend, came back and the lady wouldn't leave. And there was nothing she could do. She walking around the house, using her microwave and everything else, she would not leave that house.
I saw that video. And she was there. She got mail. She was
Yeah,
there for 30
yeah,
days.
yeah.
Airbnb, if y'all going on vacations for a month, if you have an Airbnb and you rent it out, you better rethink that thing. Be like, no, you got to move out, go home, come back a day later and start the process over. That was wild. But tell me, why does that go on?
Yeah, you here at Shop Talk, we just gave the cheat code. Mel just gave the cheat code. So when ICE pull up to you, my Latino brothers, just say, "Hey, I'm a squatter." Now you have to have due process,
The
and
squatters go,
you have to have due process because I am a squatter. I squat here. I broke into this country, and I'm sitting here illegally. To remove me, I have rights now.
you had to go to the courts.
You just superseded ICE. Mel, you are a genius.
Mm, mm, mm.
Listen,
I don't
but
care.
it's
I
not,
breaking the doors down and getting everybody.
let me say this. It is not just Latinos as well. It's just any illegals in the country.
No, it's
Right.
not. No, it's not. Because
Yes, it is.
if you come up from up north, they don't bother you. Irish, all them people, they don't
Okay.
get bothered.
Well, let me say this. I don't know for sure, so I can't say that part. But what I can say is Simon Gubata is a ICE recipient. There you go. Oh, that sounds
Yeah,
nice, recipient. Give
Africans
them
and
a certificate.
Latinos. They're targeting Africans and Latinos.
Look, give them a certificate. Recipient. That's a better word, isn't it? You are a recipient of ICE. I think maybe they'll be more receptive. Uh, okay, and just go without a fight. Now you said all you need is a black woman on your team because she gonna talk her way out and blah 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 blah. What about that young girl who had to go to court? I can't think of her name right now, but she had to go to court and she did it virtually. The judge was black. She was over talking the judge, but the judge did ask her a question. Now here's the setup. Come with me, people. Come with me. Okay. She had court and she had a robe on. When her court hearing started, she said her paper said 1, his said 9 a.m. So they did it. And she's showing her paper. She is fixing her child a peanut butter and jelly sandwich while she's in court virtually. And he's like, "You can't do this." She was like, "I'm trying to feed my baby. My baby was sick and I had to, whatever, keep my baby home. So I had to feed my baby." And he said, "I'm sorry that your child is sick." Here again, excuses are monuments of nothing. Okay. So I hear your situation, but feeding your child in court. Then he said, "Do you have a robe on? A house robe. You're supposed to dress appropriately."
Right.
She said, "I have on a t-shirt." So she throws the robe off and she got pajamas on. She's like, "I'm appropriate." Here's here's where the issue is. She didn't see anything wrong with appearing to court, even though it was virtual, appearing to court dressed like that, feeding her child. Like, what is the problem? And I think that she probably was on a I'm at the house, you know, she probably had that standpoint. I'm at the house and this is how I am at the house. And that's why I think people should not work from home because she was so lax that it came out of her voice. That was how she was presenting real hood. Then she took her hair down and flung it. Needless to say, it did not look good in her favor. It didn't work in her favor.
And she had no idea. It just
Excuse me.
And that's where I'm going, Nate. Go ahead, Nick.
First of all, coming from somebody that used to work from home, yes, you do wear pajamas when you're not on camera. When you know you have a meeting, when you listen, but you're still professional. The folks on the other end phone don't know you got pajamas on. Now, when you have a meeting or just like a virtual interview, you got to dress the part like you were actually going to an actual interview in an office. So the same thing, it don't matter that you're home. If you have a virtual court, if you got a virtual interview, you still have to dress the part like you were going to that building. Now, when you're off camera, that's totally different. You're off camera because your voice, they can't tell whether you got your pajamas on or they can't tell whether you butt naked on the phone with them. They can't tell. But when you are on that camera, you still have to be professional, whether you're
uh,
at home or not.
I would like to like that last comment by Nick the Voice. Use that in my whole black women neck power thing. You see all that she was doing, and that's why they want y'all on
Anyway,
their side. You supposed to be you at home by yourself.
whatever.
See, see.
Let me ask you this since you work from home. You don't think that your voice or your tones will change from being in pajamas versus a professional gear?
Mine didn't.
It did just
Mine
now.
didn't. Mine didn't.
You at the house, Nick, right now?
Right now.
No,
Mine
no,
didn't.
no.
She don't
You
even
at the
notice.
house right now?
This is
Yes.
different. No, no, don't play with me.
She don't even see it.
This
Yeah,
is different. But when you're on the phone, that's my job. That's what I'm getting paid for. Like you're on the phone, you have to be professional. These people don't know that you don't have clothes on.
Okay.
They don't know you got
No, no,
pajamas.
no, they don't know. But
hmm
the comfort in knowing.
Yeah, I was always
That's
professional,
no,
baby. I
no,
always
you
got
weren't
really
because
good
listen, hey, how
stars.
many times did she tell us she'd be at work And she was like, and that lady on the other side of the phone said that. I
Is
said,
she
well,
tripping?
baby,
And
yeah,
this heifer don't know. And I know you at home doing this. You at home doing this.
Anyway, and
See,
I'm
that's
still
my.
professional.
Yeah, okay. So you call it.
right.
Still
I'm telling you,
professional.
when you dress up, even be when you are working from home, dress up, put some heels on, and you'll find yourself being presenting differently, even
Right.
though they can't see you.
The comfort of home is a real thing. I'm at home. I don't have to do this. When you go out someplace, oh, I got to act and feel accordingly. There's a such thing as home court advantage. And now that you're at home court, your neck can do this because you at your
My neck
house.
do that if I'm in the office. What you talk about?
Uh-uh.
I disagree,
Listen,
homeboy. I disagree,
right.
homeboy.
Who?
You.
Okay.
Listen, listen. She'll be
Okay.
like this at the house. Let me just set that down. Y'all talk to yourself.
Nah, I never did that. I never got away with. I never did that.
No, no,
I
Mm-mm.
no. You said it. You never got away with it.
No, I never did it. I never did it. They would be fussing and I'll be rolling my eyes, yeah, but I never did that. Like,
if she
It's
never
a
did it, she ain't
there.
doing it.
There's a such thing as home court advantage. If we go to a neutral ground, you act different.
Yeah.
You act different. That's why you never fight nobody at their house. I don't care if they're a
yeah,
scrub
you
and you can beat
don't.
them.
You
As
don't.
soon
That's
as you get to
crazy.
their house, they got home field advantage and they get that super strength and beat the crap out of you, simply because they're at the home field advantage. It translates.
It does. It definitely does. Now let's talk about this 50-50 thing.
Let's.
50-50 in relationships.
Hmm.
What's your thoughts on 50-50 in relationships? Now, let me say this heterosexual relationships.
You asking me?
I'm asking you.
Well,
Look,
this is where.
Nick just looked over at you like, go ahead, let's
Oh,
hear what you got to
okay.
say.
Well, I mean, I don't see a problem with it. If you got equal say in it, you got to put equal. You got to put down equal pay in it. I mean, if we're not building from scratch, when we have children and stuff like that, and if we're not doing traditional roles, I mean, your company is built like you. Hey, everybody knows Nick got a toe fetish. Me and me and me and Mel don't like it, but that's how you run your house. So toes in your house is important. So how you run your house should be yours, but it's a corporation. And if you're not willing to put in your 100 or your 100% into building what you got, sit back and hey, the car goes where it goes.
I
But you
said
can't have equal
50%.
say. Okay, well if you want, however you do your corporation, if you don't want to do nothing, and you got to just sit back and go where it goes. I don't want to hear your mouth. You
So,
don't put in on this. You just sit down and enjoy the ride. Okay,
so, well, it's not a sit down and enjoy the ride. Is
but what is
it's
it?
if it's 50-50. 50-50 sounds good for me. So it's okay for her to get 50% of your check.
Yeah, she can have it all. Cause I put her in the best position to this place. I'm talking, other times with the financial thing. My whole check went to her. I'm like, I'm good. Hey, make sure everything's all right. Because just because Barry Sanders is a great athlete, don't mean I put him in offensive guard. I put him
Okay.
in the best position to make the play. That's how I ran mine. Hey, listen, what you make, what I make, we put it here. You're better at that. Handle that. I'll be okay. Now, in other situations, you just make sure you put this here, and I'll make sure it's taken care of. This is the game plan for our success. You don't just put a whole pound of salt in your macaroni and cheese and say it tastes good. Whatever makes your cheese, that macaroni and cheese taste good, that's what you do. I like a little more Velveeta in mine. So no, no, no. I'm sorry, Kraft. Don't
I'm
swing it on
like,
me.
well, it ain't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
real cheese.
All right. I like a little more Kraft in mine. That makes my cheese give you the constipation feel that you need after eating a good thing of mac and cheese. So
That's
that's
a
how
very
this
uncomfortable
is
feeling.
this is how
Mm.
we run our corporation. So
Okay.
if I'm not working and you working, Mel, hey, we're gonna need that check. We're gonna make it through this. But this is how it go.
And
Women
see,
women think they can
I'm
sit
glad
back.
you said that. I'm glad you said that because if you're running it the way that you said and hers go in the bank, if you're not working, we go to the bank. We're good.
Yeah,
If she's working, she got her money. She banking it. You got yours in there. Boom, and then you don't work. we go to the bank to make sure that we can still make sure this house run properly.
There's a verse in that rap up front when you sit in dressed in the white. It says for better or for worse. So if I'm down and you got to carry us, you got to carry us. You leaving ain't for worse. So 50-50 or however you do it, you ain't just gonna sit back. It ain't a happy ride. Happy ride is $40 and I'm out. That's happy. That's happy. Makes me happy. Hey, you happy you got your 40. Everyone's happy. But
Until they decide it's coercion.
well, hey,
As Nick
but
said, you know how that Nick talk about something. Y'all was cool when the money was good.
and if you leave at anything less than that,
I don't think the average woman, when I say overall, is going to leave a good place and he was taking care of you and you lose your job. I don't think the average woman is just going to up and leave when you fall down. The problem is you can't come in down.
well, apparently I can, because there's a lot of girls, the guys that came in, and he was down, and she carried the load. But guess what? She gets around her friends, and her friends be like, "Yo, man, can't even do this. I wouldn't be with a man." All that neck stuff. Nick, show me. Can I use your neck? Give me some neckage, please, while I
You
talk.
doing great on your own.
Yo, man, I can't believe if I was you, and they start listening to that, and they'll leave that dude. Our
Okay,
worth is
you know
earned.
I done been in that situation 3 different times. With the first one, when we got together, he was in the army. He was dishonorably discharged because he just got tired of going. So that left everything on me. Um, and then you want to be disrespectful and cheat and everything else. So yeah, the second one would give me his entire check and just be like, just give me enough money to last me 2 weeks for lunch or whatever what I
Yeah,
need. You
signed up
know,
for that plan. I had that plan.
he's sacrificing. He here you go, babe. You take care of everything. Just give me what I need for to the next check for my lunch or whatever. The
I had
third
that plan.
one, he started out doing stuff, but then he complained, and then when we started doing 50-50, like it yeah, he was stingy. Oh Lord, man was stingy.
Here's
Ask
something.
for some money, he'll give you $10-$20 and think he doing something and be pinching it. Like,
Here's an idea. Since women don't like 50-50, let's just take money out of it. Let's just live off our love. No money. You don't need it from me. I don't need it from you. You go do what you do, and we'll just be together with love. No money. If you
and then
take
we'll
money,
both be homeless.
whoa. We're taking money out of it. It's no 50-50. Let's see how it works at that point. Because in
And
all
then
of
you'll
this,
both be homeless.
well, hey,
Because
I
you
can be.
can't pay bills with love, baby. You
But here,
still need money.
here's the thing: if that's what we need, and then that's what you're looking for, if that's your important be all be all, I can go outside and pee. I don't need toilet and two ply, but I do need two ply. I do need two ply. Don't let me lie like that. But the things that we do them for you, and you do things so you can benefit off of that, or you go to there because it's beneficial to you versus us. Because if you give us a big screen, a microwave, and a bean bag, that's all we really need to survive. We get the flashy stuff to attract you. Oh, look at this sparkly. Look at this sparkly. He has a Porsche. Oh, look at the sparkly. So it's totally different things. So 50-50 is you building what you want in your life. You contributing to what you want in your life. If not, yeah, just take money out of it and see how that goes.
I mean, I did my part because I like to travel and do things like that. So yeah, and I was the one that headed all of that. I did that.
Well, hey, it should have worked
But
out.
I did it without a complaint because it was me and my husband. So
Very
I
good.
did not complain.
Very
Like
good.
sometimes, well, I ain't gonna say that because sometimes I'll be like, "Dang, can you plan the trip?" Sometimes, well, I gotta always plan it.
I
But
tried to give it to you because it sounded hard to believe when you said I didn't complain. But I
I
tried to
mean,
play the
for
role
the
and
most
give
part,
it to
I
you.
didn't. Like I would just be like, "Well, sometimes can you plan it?" But he was like, "I don't know where to go. You always pick the good places." So I'm like,
Exactly.
"Okay,
I
So you were
understand that.
better at it. Tell
yeah, I was better at it." So
you were better
yeah.
at it. So
No,
okay.
no. She would have
That
been
wasn't
better.
it, or it was he didn't want her complaining.
He didn't want her complaining. Because guess what? If I said Maui, you'd be like, why Maui? Why did we go here? If I chose Hawaii, why Hawaii? We should have went to Maui. We can't win, so we just say, hey, here's the
No, if
money.
he would have choose Maui, Hawaii, whatever, I'd have been cool with it because guess what? We were going on a vacation that he planned. Period. It didn't matter to me. If he
Okay,
decided
so it was just that he took the initiative.
that, yes.
Ask the guys.
The initiative is what counted.
Ask the guys, do they believe that?
They
In the
ain't gotta
comments.
believe
I
it.
I can't see in the comments, but I mean, they're
They,
gonna
they
say
don't
that
have to believe it.
we don't
But my
believe that,
thing is,
Bill.
it was the initiative.
We don't believe it.
Well, you ain't got to.
Now, and it's not for you to believe,
Exactly.
Cool, cool.
but
But
it's
we
it's
don't.
it's the truth. Sometimes women just want you to give some effort. We just want effort and be
Mhm.
like, oh, that was nice. They tried it. That was so sweet. Not a, oh, he cleaned the house. Well, he ain't sweep over here and under here. But you do have women that do that, that complain. It's
That's the
like,
majority. That's the
it was
majority.
the gesture. How about the gesture that I decided to do this? Sorry, it wasn't to your liking, but it was just the gesture, a good gesture. Initiative is it. There are people in the comment. I'm gonna act like I don't see it, but I'll read it because this is what I got to do. I'm pulling up for you, Nate.
Thank
I'll
you, because
pull
I
one
can't
up
see
for
it.
you.
What that
And
say?
And
again, oh well, and
Quater said, nope.
Nope.
okay, and
But no,
you ain't
but you
got
know,
to.
Well,
watch
see,
this.
see, okay, and
Here's the issue. The issue is the type of people that they've been with. That's what was shown. That's what they experienced. That argument of,
a
nope,
lot,
you didn't do it right. They got to get with a Nick and then she'll let you know. I appreciated that. Thank you.
a lot of us have went
Don't
through
do
it.
it again, though. I got
A,
it from here.
a lot of us have been through that experience. It don't have to be with the same person, but a lot of us can relate.
Okay. All right. I hear you. Cordell said, I want to go to Vermont. Ain't no woman wanting to go
To
to
Vermont,
Vermont
it's
for a
beautiful.
vacation.
It's beautiful in the fall.
It's somewhere different. I heard it's beautiful. Like, why
It
not?
is. It is
Okay,
because
Nick said, listen to that. Nick said, I heard it's beautiful. Why not? Don't take me to no Vermont. That's me. Vermont. Y'all have a good time.
But I heard it's beautiful. There's a lot of places because I mean, working in the
They
cruise
take me to no
industry.
Vermont. But go
No,
ahead.
but listen. Working for one of the cruise lines, they have cruises that go there to Vermont, and I heard it's beautiful. Like it's the initiative with me that counts. That's the period. Like it's the initiative. It's the initiative. Even if you just be like, okay, babe, I booked us a room. We going about an hour. We going to Pittsburgh. We going to Cleveland. Or we going to West Middlesex. I booked us a room, just us time. It's the initiative, and I would be appreciative of that.
Listen,
Period.
West Middlesex is a great place too. It is. I've been there. It's for a you and I situation. West Middlesex
Yeah, like it's
well,
could be.
like
well,
it is the initiative.
well, by
Okay,
you
I
and
booked
I,
us a room for the weekend to get away from everybody. We gonna be in a hotel. Okay, the hotel's down the street. I'm cool because you took the initiative. My man took the initiative. We are going to spend time together. Shut the outside world out. I don't care if it's the hotel next door.
Okay, let me ask you this, Nick. Let me ask you this. So you're okay. You don't care if it's the hotel next door. All is well. Boom. It was him. It was the thought that counts. Okay. Then you notice y'all split and he's going out of the country with the other girl and taking vacations. How would you feel?
Yeah, I would kind of be upset then.
But wait, but watch this. But you said that the hotel next door was okay.
it was cool.
Yeah, right.
But
Like
you
it was the fact that he took the initiative. Now you with the next person and you decide you want to take them out.
and he
I would
took
be
the
like, well,
initiative
dang.
and he took her out the country and they're exploring the world.
Right, like dang, really? That's what we doing now. But it's still to me, it's still the initiative that you did it. Now you taking somebody else out the country, I'd be like, well, dang, I wasn't that special.
No, you
But I
weren't.
mean, it's over and done with.
Let me speak to Nate. Nate said, "No, you weren't." No, no, it's not. It's not that she wasn't that special. This is just an example, people.
Just an
we're
example.
just speaking. This is just an example.
Hypothetically, just
Yeah, hypothetically
in
speaking.
general, in general.
You
Uh,
wait, no, here's you said I'm okay with just this. That's what you said. I'm okay with just this
Mhm.
because it was the initiative. But look at this. Or do you say, I taught him how to plan. Now he planning great trips.
no.
I mean, that's probably what it is. Like you taught him how to plan.
And I see, I would look at it that way. I would. I would be like, okay, he really planning. All right, where he learned that at?
Because what everybody is feeling the point of the matter is it don't matter about all that he taking this person's. The point of the matter is I appreciate the fact that he took the initiative. Whether we are at the hotel next door, whether we go out of the country, it's the fact that my man thought enough of me to take the initiative to plan something. Y'all like, I mean, I understand I cut up or whatever, but it's still the point of the matter. I appreciate that initiative out of my man.
Cool.
Okay. Uh,
Like,
and I understood your example. I did. And it's not, especially if you don't have it, it's just that you did something. Just as I used the analogy as far as my guy go out and he buy me a ponytail scrunchie. I'm excited that he bought that. I was like, wow, that was nice. He thought about me versus you don't have to come with a whole tennis bracelet. You know what I
right,
mean? Those are nice, but I appreciate that. Oh, you know what? You thought about me. Bam, here we go. So I kind of I get what she's saying. It's the initiative, and he said, "I'm going to take some time to actually do something that I normally don't do."
right.
So I get that point. I get Nate's point and their standpoint, and the example that I gave to you. And the reason I gave that example to you is the saying, "You teach people how to treat you."
Bam.
That's where that's at. And it's not a bad thing. So don't look at it as a negative because it is kind of cool. Some days it's cool. Let's go to the hotel in the next county or whatever. I get it. But I do want to go out of the country too. You know what I mean? Now, I saw where Rhonda wrote with people in general, if you don't voice what you like or what you want, you usually get what you get. And
I
that pretty
mean, that's the thing. I be like, I like going out of town. I like going on vacation. I do voice that. I
now,
do voice that. I
yeah,
like to
and
go.
I'm not talking about you personally.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I voice
It
that.
was an example.
I know that, but what I'm saying is to her, what she's saying, I
Yeah,
do voice that. Like, I do like to go.
but then there's people like you voice that. Then there's people like Nate the Agitator. This way, there we go. That'll say, "Then oh, you a gold digger."
No,
Right.
no, no. I looked at that totally different. Hey, when I want a quick snack, I go to McDonald's. When I want a great meal, I go overseas. So,
All right, fellas, I want a great meal.
okay. Well, if I
You can
feel
get
that you
look.
are the great meal caliber, you'll get a great meal. If not, I'll just take you over to Newcastle.
Whatever.
I no
Whatever.
shade. Look, I you like he said he gonna take you back to the house.
Oh,
Take
I
you
mean,
that
well,
those
West
neck of the
Middlesex.
woods.
Were we in West Middlesex? I'm sorry. We were in
West, we
West
were in, we
West
were in West.
Middlesex.
West Middlesex. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on what T.I. had to say in this clip? Let's see if I can get it. Is it going?
Marriage, your husband or wife's biggest failures should be your best kept secrets. Yeah, of
Amen.
course. I agree.
Okay. So, how, oh, listen to the audience if you can see her face.
Hmm.
So, with the topic being between you and I, is that a between you and I while we're together or a between you and I overall?
Overall, because if it's this is where trust come in. If we break up, if I still can't trust you with that secret, that's an issue. My whole thing is I know a lot of secrets by a lot of people, and I promise them not to say anything, and I don't say anything. But you can buy it in my tell-all book after I'm gone. But no. But the thing is, trust is trust. and it's everlasting. I know things about certain people that they entrusted in me, and it's an honor that they trust me like that. But it's a responsibility. I mean, even though we ain't friends, I ain't gonna tell you that his feet really stink or whatever he shared with me. I mean, it's a forever thing.
Yeah.
Knick knack, patty whack. No, you was humming and hawing with your eyes a second ago. Now you ain't got nothing to say. I know you can't wait to break up with me to tell my secrets. Boy, you're like, what?
Nah,
If we go on a little separation, a little break for a weekend, I know all my stuff will be out.
nah.
Yeah,
If
okay.
that was the case, that all three of them, all their stuff would be out. But no.
Mm,
Mm-mm.
okay. I hear what you're saying, knick knack, patty whack.
Nope.
Give a dog a bone, but I don't know. But that comes with how I treat you. If
Are
I
you
can't
saying
treat,
you not believe in that?
no, I don't personally. Because when the question was asked, did you see her face?
Well,
That
she
was
had
in
to
a,
think about it. She
huh?
had to think about it.
No, she piggyback off my answer. Didn't want to get jumped on. That's what that was.
She
I
didn't
ain't worried about
know.
nobody jumping. I'm not worried about. It's
I'm
like I said. There's a lot of things about all three that I could, but why?
But watch this. There are people who will be with someone and I'm gonna say it, T, I was speaking as far as like a marriage. So when you go deep into a marriage, serious relationship, you in that marriage, I don't think that you need to be telling somebody else about their best kept secrets. Let's say
well.
that.
Here's something. It's fun, and fellas, all the fellas can back me up by saying Nate was right or Nate was wrong. After we're broken up with, we got the smallest thing in the world. That's why his thing is so small. So keeping secrets ain't something that y'all like to do after y'all break up. Because after we've been together for 6 years, now that we broke up, now I'm packing a pinky, and we've all dealt with that. All of us guys. Ask. I can't see the comments, but please share with us there, Mel. We all dealt with
I
that.
will as they come. That could be twofold though. And the reason I say that that's twofold, another woman might not want somebody else or one of their girls that they thought was their girls to get with you.
Right, of course. But it's lying and it's not trustful, and that's what I mean. That's the common one. That's number one.
I think they
Talk,
need to call it on the carpet. I think whoever the recipient of that conversation is need to call their friend or whoever telling them that on the carpet, put them on blast. Well, you stayed with them for 6 years,
six
so
years.
something
Right, right, right.
like
Listen,
something had to be right. I don't get that. That's why I wanted to bring that when he said it. I said he's absolutely right because there are, like you said, Nate, there's secrets even in relationships that you shared. We call that pillow
pillow
talk.
talk, pillow talk.
So you're sharing this, and then when y'all split, then you go tell, oh, well, he said this about you and he said that about you. I'm looking at you sideways.
Yep, yep. And it always felt, and I share this a lot. If Nick tell you that I fart in the bed at night and it smell like sulfur or whatever the case may be. But then she comes back with me. You look at her like, but this is the dude that do that in the bed. And she like, well, we back together and we figured it out. But you are still looking at me like, ugh, I can't believe it. Because women don't let stuff go. So if you tell her that I'm not doing all that, and she see you back with me, she's gonna look at you funny.
Yeah,
Listen,
I'm questioning. Look, I'm questioning your decision making
listen.
skills.
Right.
Speaking of that,
Of what?
I talked about my last husband to his face. I would be on the phone while he was right there telling people this dude and then tell him about the dog. So it wasn't telling no secret because I would tell him while he was right there.
But
Like he did like in the bed, like we'd be knocked out sleeping. Next thing you know, I'm like, bing.
that
So
boy that boy got talent. That boy got talent.
so that ain't no secret because I didn't talk about him behind his back. I talked about him to his face. I talked about him in front
That
of like so yeah, that wasn't no secret. Now
Okay,
other things,
that's an example. But
I know it was an example.
yeah, but
It was a
I'm
funny
pretty.
example.
Yeah, I know. I try to keep it light. You know.
Now, I want to go to a man who made a comment here. Let me pull it up since Nate
Yeah.
down there in Mississippi, where they don't have good
Mississippi on my phone.
reception.
Yeah.
Yeah. When a man and a woman break up, the woman is the first one to tell the secrets, and Nate is right about the pee. They quick to say that.
Oh,
So,
thank you, thank you.
with that being said, maybe there's other things that you did well, and that's why she stayed.
She ain't gonna
I
tell what I
don't.
did well. She gonna tell
But
about my
let me.
shortness.
Can I be honest? Can I be honest? Can I be transparent?
Trent, do it, do it.
There are women who deal with dudes that's got shortcomings and put up with it. And then when y'all decide to go out and cheat, we be like, the nerve.
Right.
Do you understand that I'm not bringing the same game plan with you as I'm bringing with anyone else? The stroke is never the same. Ever. You don't get the same stroke as someone else does. You just don't. No guy has given you the exact same stroke. Trust me. It is per game situation. Because if we see that tight end blitzing or crack blocking, we adjust for that. So there's no two women that's got the exact same. You can ask the guys over just listening. All over the world, call in, text in, tell her. No two girls are the
Call in,
same.
text in. Yeah, thanks. Nate, let me go ahead and throw that up there.
I mean, you are.
619-902-2287. 619-902-2287. Call in, text in, as Nate the Agitator
It's right. It's right.
says.
Watch this.
I didn't even, I didn't even think about that. You see, I got
Mel,
interested.
Mel, I came up against you. Oh, she looks so good. Oh man, I'm nervous. I'm excited. This, that, and the bad game, interception, fumble. I get with somebody else. This is all right. This, that, and other. I'm just Tyson in his prime. Pulverizing. Wop, 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 wop. All day, 4 rounds. Wop, 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 wop. A lot of stuff goes into the blood flow that women don't understand. And what's not good for you could be great for someone else because a different opponent. You're a different opponent. I'm dealing. Ooh, look at. Oh, she's looking. Watch this. Watch this, fellas. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Women, we don't make eye contact with people we can't beat up. During, no eye contact. We thinking about. Oh, I think I better put 2 sticks of butter in to make it the sauce better. We thinking about everything else so we can stay in the game to a rightful opponent. I
Okay,
can't
let
read
me go for the listening audience. Elliot said it is different. The mentality is different.
everything. Everything.
Okay, okay. Don
Us
said
women,
you ain't lying. I didn't even really think about that.
it's a
So
chemistry. It,
every
everyone.
every I'm trying to figure out how to word it well, because we on air.
Right. Well, here's the situation.
We're on air locally. So like how do you nobody gets the same
At all.
exercise.
Yeah, with exercising with Nick, she's like, man, he jogged 20 miles, did 50 pull-ups, and then did sit-ups. You're like, what? He only jump rope for a second at my gym. Same dude. Different situations. Different situations. But I'm telling you, the ones that are scared of you will never make eye contact with you.
Look at them laughing.
hey,
What?
hey,
Wait,
the
hold
guys,
on,
the
wait.
guys know what I'm talking about.
Hold on. So the ones that are scared of you won't make eye contact with you?
Not doing it. Not doing. No.
Not during?
They,
Okay.
cause they will lose
I
the
guess
fight.
the same thing goes for the women because I love making eye contact when
No,
and I'm
no.
going in for the kill, but then I won't make eye contact with the person that's drilling it. I ain't gonna look, especially if they looking at me. I'll be like, "Doo, doo, 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 doo." Yeah. So
I don't know how it is for women, but if you want the game to get over, make eye contact and dismount. If we ain't, just if we ain't got a weak opponent that we're destroying, we're not making eye contact.
Okay, Rhonda said, same for the women. We perform differently for the ones we want to keep around.
and do
Yeah. So what you heard about my pinky, that only worked for you.
Okay,
Women,
Francesca Slay of YouTube, she said, yep, men don't get the same Waza either.
Would you give? Oh, let me quit.
Oh, we talking exercise.
Right,
They don't get
exercise.
the same
Right, right,
ketos.
right, right, right. Right. Some people you just exercise quite well with.
Interesting. But I don't know why I never thought of that because I wasn't even really thinking that far. But that's interesting because you would think that even when it comes to women, I always speak on how the wife becomes the other woman. Or when I speak on
Was that
that,
a was that a book?
there was a book. Yes, it
Oh
was.
wow.
It's still out. How the Wife Becomes the Woman. You could get it from Balboa Press, Barnes and Noble, and Amazon.com.
Oh, you just so
And
happen to have one.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yes, I happen to have one right here. And it was also a stage play, which was amazing. But the moral of this story, it's that book has so many great stories and examples in it, and it's a quick read. But how the wife becomes the other woman, I always speak about how it is everybody, we have the same thing. It's like an empty box, just decorated differently. So that's when I look at when we're talking about the pocketbook, when we talk about the pocketbook and women feeling some type of way about the pocketbook. And a woman will be with a guy and then you feel like that he went down. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's with her. Well, we all bought this same pocketbook or the same cardboard box. It's just how it's presented. We all got the gift. It's just how it's presented. So if y'all want to book me, you can. 619-902-2287 on how the wife becomes the other woman. It's okay to be you and being safe in, and social. All those I talk about. But when I speak of that, that's what I was talking about. It's not just that. A lot of people feel like, oh, okay, well, I got this and mine is better. Is it really? Or is it how it was presented?
Ta-da! And some of them you can like between you and I, secrets and giving vulnerabilities to each other is the biggest form of trust. You know, you would tell certain people that you can trust anything and share anything with, versus if you can't trust them, you don't. We don't do that. We don't do that. Let's video. Uh-uh. Let's take pictures.
You don't take pictures today. You ain't videoing.
If I was, if I didn't trust you, if I was out there, but if I trust you, yeah, we can video. What? Here, have a copy. Oh, let's watch it together. Here, and I put the John Madden. You see right here, if I came at this angle, I would have penetrated
Like the agitator gives bitty vibes.
Or
Come on, here's
all
some
of us,
coffee. Here's
all of us have a little ditty in us. But I mean, after hearing his tapes, my game is garbage. After hearing what the pros is like, I'm not even JV. I'm little league. But
okay. I gotta go to some of these comments over here. Rhonda said, "Fact: some folk you cook for, and some folks can only get a drink." Okay. Don said, "That's why I can't ever be single." Why, Don?
I understand it.
Well, what is he saying, Nate?
It's too crazy out here. And if he trusts someone and he gonna let them secrets out, he want it with one person. One person. You know what I mean? I think that's what he's saying. He could be
And
right.
and that's where you have that trust.
Right. Right. But when me and that one person break up, I know she ain't gonna be out there. And his thing is too little. And then he likes
But y'all
sucking
be
his
doing
thumb.
something. You be like, man, her rag was so crusty over that shower curtain.
mm,
Hey, but then I'm
Her
like,
house nasty, but you
it was
was there.
it was crusty because that was what wop wop. Okay, yeah, yeah, but there's reasons. I mean, but we take
John
things.
said that's
We look.
because he's too in demand. He's in
Go ahead,
demand.
go ahead, Mr. Queener. In his Cutlass, '88 Cutlass.
That's what it was, his car
No, that was one of the things. Queen, yeah,
or
we grew up together.
popularity.
Oh, but all of that. He's a bundle. He's a variety pack of pimpness, pimp juice.
Listen, speaking of that, it's people that will date people that were. You heard me say were, WERE, not is,
Hmm.
and they're dating them based off of who they were 30 years ago.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, he used to be. He used to be.
We're
What? What?
off. We
What is
off.
that?
Man, listen. There's somebody in high school that you see him out now, and you be like, yeah, revenge shall be mine. And the bad part about it now, because she ain't what she used to be, you will knock it out of the park, guaranteed. Because now you get that meat, just like makeup sex. It's always the best. But you get that one in the high school that you didn't get in high school. She in trouble. She in trouble.
Okay.
Cause you,
Wait. I need clarity. Nick, you hear me? I need clarity. You see me? I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, wait a minute. So if it's the girl that you've always wanted in high school and she's not what she used to be, then you come in
Tyson in his prime. Wah wah
and then
wah
you
wah
dog
wah.
her
No.
after
Then you give her the same energy that you
that she
got
gave you.
since high school.
See, that's revenge.
No. That is me fulfilling a dream. All a dream deferred, and I have a lot of stuff behind it
I
because
almost choked because
because
that is
you
definitely
didn't you you
deferred.
didn't you didn't even you wouldn't even holler at me in high school. You said this and blah blah blah. I kept that and fueled the energy. In the bad, yeah, girls, be careful about that when you go back to the high school dude that you dogged. He coming with it. That's Super Bowl Sunday. You getting Super Bowl Sunday. Like the last Super Bowl, all defense. Your offense ain't gonna be able to do nothing. Mahomes couldn't throw a ball. That was a perfect analogy of you going back to that old high
Yeah.
school dude.
That
Mahomes
was a
should
I
great.
like you right now, Nate, because I'm thinking about certain things and I'm entirely too much like a dang on dude. Like the
mm,
things that you saying, I'm sitting there like,
it might apply
dang,
the
I
other way.
should have been a man. I really
It
should have been a man.
it might apply
Because I
both ways.
think the same way. And there's a couple of them from high school that I used to like, and they wouldn't give me the time of day. And then after high school, it's like, yeah, I always want to holler at you, and you this, you that. And my thinking is, finish them.
That's
And
it.
like, I think
Oh, you
entirely too
did?
much like a man. I should have
Come
been a
on.
man. I,
Hey,
I
come
should
on.
have been a man. I'm
What?
now that I'm sitting here thinking, I should have been a man because we think too much alike. That's how I am, and I need to let that go and bring my femininity back.
Girl,
I
I
think too
liked you
much
from
like a
the
man.
seventh grade. Whatever. I never, whatever, blah, 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 blah. 40, a couple,
Ooh.
60
That's
pounds
the new
heavier.
pickup line, though, Nate. That's the new pickup line. I
What's that?
like you, or this one. I always liked you because you need a place to stay now. And
Hey,
then the chicks fall for it. I liked you since high school. You never said nothing.
whatever it is, you get ready for the Super Bowl Sunday package. He's coming with it. And he has
He's coming
vengeance in
with
his
it.
heart. He's coming with vengeance in his heart. It ain't love. It's like, I am going to destroy you.
I think too much like a man. That's bad. That's a shame.
It's not. It's not.
Ladies,
You think,
ladies,
but you're no. Nick is competitive though.
That's
That's
my
and
that's my problem.
well,
I wouldn't say you think like a man because I have been told that I do,
I'm
and
very
I'm
competitive.
nowhere near a man, and I'm not trying to do that. I ain't trying to go back and be like, oh, I always liked
here's
you, finish
here's
him. But that's some
here's
straight give back. That's some give back though.
here's a question to you, ladies. Ladies, is makeup sex usually the best? Ask yourself, is makeup sex usually the best?
Because you both trying to prove a
It's
point.
a talk show. Wasn't that what you said? What you say, Nick?
He said, "Is makeup sex the best?" And I said, "Yes," because you're both trying to prove something.
Ta-da!
So you're right.
Ta-da!
I'm very
What are you trying to
competitive.
prove?
I'm
Oh,
very competitive, so I'm trying to get my get back. Especially if you got me the first time, second time,
it's always
I'm
the
going in like, yeah, let me go ahead, like I'm training for a triathlon.
hey, hey, you gonna leave all of this? I'm going in with a mission, a reason. Hey, I've never did that with any of you two, or the ladies on the panel, or the ladies listening, but they pretty much all agree. Yeah, it's usually the best. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There was an incident where one girl she liked this guy a whole lot, and he wasn't liking her, he was liking her friend.
Mm-hmm.
So he dogged the girl that really was liking him, doing everything for him.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did is they got a hotel room with the doors, like the joining rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So the one that he liked, stripped dude down, nude, all the way down to his socks. And he thought it was getting ready to happen, and then called the girl in.
I don't think that's a crime.
That it
Shice.
and look,
It's
look, wait,
shiesty, but it's not
look,
a crime.
called the girl in, took a picture, and then they left and they went down to the flats.
So there's no smashing in this?
No.
Oh yeah, it's a crime. Yeah,
Is that a crime?
yeah, it's a crime now.
That
If she
was
came
get
in,
back. That was get back.
but if she came in and smashed, there was no harm, no foul. Just y'all's crazy.
Oh no, no,
That's
no.
all
It,
you got.
it was it was the joke. The joke was on him.
That's criminal. Because guess what? If she came in and she put the chandelier on me and did everything, all I can be like, man, y'all crazy. That's all I can say is, man, y'all be tripping, y'all crazy. But
Was
when y'all,
somebody really? But why do y'all take advantage of that person that really likes you and you don't like that person?
I
Cause
don't have that
dudes will
type of
do
friend.
that and tag team their homeboy. They'll hit it and then turn around and call their homeboy. She didn't ask for all that, but you tag team and have your homeboy come and jump on it now. Like I've known some people that's happened to. Like for real,
That's criminal. I don't.
it's
This is a
happened.
family show. This is a family show,
It's
Nick.
it's happened. I'm like for real. You that happened. You
Nick,
went through that.
this is a family show, Nick. But just like if your son is in high school with the teacher, it's not really a crime. I mean, it's just how we think. So if you came in, Mel, and tied me down and then called somebody else in, if someone else finished me off, all I'm gonna be like, man, Mel, you crazy. Yeah, y'all
Well, I
crazy.
forgot the main part. They took his clothes.
Yeah, yeah, that's
All he
just
had
criminal.
was some argyle socks.
Yeah, that's just criminal. That
So he had to leave the hotel wrapped in a sheet.
I'm pressing charges.
They said he had the charges.
Yeah, I'm pressing charges. I'm pressing charges. Yeah, I'm pressing charges.
Wow, now that's savage.
Yeah.
Savage.
Y'all think it's cute? I'll
That
see you.
is crazy.
They over there
I'll see
making
you.
talking about y'all think it's cute.
I'm pressing charges. I'm pressing charges.
He thought he was about to get down with the get down and
You're
surprise,
right. You're right.
surprise.
I didn't probably get the slow music playing and all. Well, if she set up the room, but yeah, I'd put effort in that because I was. Ooh, I've been after this since seventh grade. Girl, I'm about to give it to you, and then you gonna pull that, and then I don't get nothing. Yeah, I'm pressing charges.
And the hotel probably charged for the linen.
I'm pressing charges. I'm
And
taking
you got a
everything out the
bill.
mini fridge. I'm taking everything out the mini fridge because it's on your credit card.
He
Oh,
ain't taking everything out the mini fridge. You getting something out of it?
I'm mad. I'm mad, and I'm still walking out with a wood. Nah, man, nah, nah. Now, like I said, if your girl that liked me came over and finished me off in your place, all I'm gonna be like, man, y'all crazy. But what y'all doing next week?
You just have what y'all doing next week.
Yeah, but no, you ain't gonna just take my stuff, take pictures, and leave. Yeah, criminal. You
Why
criminal.
Cordell said, see, like I said, women can be some dirty dogs.
Oh yeah. Y'all operate on a level that's the evilness.
We do some things. We think about things. We think about some things. Y'all be on some extra stuff, which is like, okay, well, I'm gonna go with her girl. And it's sad when the girl is stupid enough to know that, listen, he just did that to get back at me. And you fell for it. So now you to let him use you. Where we are thinkers. And you're gonna remember that for the rest of your life.
And your evilness has no bounds. That's
We
what
don't
I'm.
have any boundaries. Well,
No, no. You will be married to a man and sleep with his close friend, his cousin, or his brother just to get back at him. But
see, that's not a get back though.
well, what is it?
That's not a get back because you listen here. If I'm married to a man, I'm not gonna sleep with his cousin, brother, uncle to get back at the married man. I just gave myself to you, so I'm the one that lost.
Women don't think like that. They don't. Most women don't even see that. They think I'm getting back at them, and that goes to intrinsic value. Women are given their value, and they lose it. Men have to earn it from the dirt up. But women don't think like that. They think I'm gonna get him back. This is gonna hurt his feelings. Nothing more than feelings.
Okay, Mrs. Johnson said we are masterminds at vengeance. You are
Yes,
so right.
yes, 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 and we know that.
All right, what's your thoughts on secrets? Even though we talked about this here secret thing, when, and here's what I want to say, if you tell me a secret, you tell me a secret, and I tell somebody else your secret.
Yeah, it's now it left a secret. Now it's gossip. You can
Mhm.
only tell secrets to
Okay,
people
so it
you
goes
really
from
trust.
secret to gossip.
If
Yeah.
I tell you a secret, if I tell you a secret, Bell, that means I trust you with everything I am. That means
Okay,
you are special to me. That means a whole lot of stuff. When you say the word secret, I take that as I got to take this to my grave. And I'm shocked at how many. Well, I think it's a testament to the man that I am because of the secrets I know. But like I said, they'll go to the grave with me. And I'll be sitting here watching it, and no one else knows what's going on, but I know what's going on. But
okay,
they know that it goes to the grave with me. Hey, yeah, y'all grown folks, y'all got to deal with that. I'm just in the know. But anytime you use that word secret, it's powerful. It's like promise. When I promise, secret, and love, those three words are powerful.
okay. The argument. The argument that should be between you and I tell my friends or my family.
It
What's your
makes
thoughts on that? And I
it
see you
makes
guys in the comments. I want to know what you think too.
I think it makes the woman look bad if you tell it because it doesn't. They hold it different than you. It takes the trust away from your man. Because then when you say I start acting funny, it's because I don't trust you no more. I'm not gonna do that around you. You're not gonna see that. I'm not gonna tell you. We back up. We just be like, oh no, I can't trust this woman. You done told your mama what? It'll never happen again.
And
This is
then
the most
and then they want to know why you don't come over to the mother's house anymore.
right because this is what a man does when he's untrusted and stuff like this.
Okay.
When he gets quiet, something's up. Something is up. I can't talk to you. I don't trust you. I'm not telling you my secrets. I can't trust you. I'm not saying I'm not doing nothing. Now I'm acting funny. But you the one that told your mama I put sugar and butter in my grits, which is the only way to really eat them. Everyone knows that. Everybody knows
Right.
sugar and stuff goes sugar and butter goes on grits. Everybody know that though. But I mean, that was our secret.
Oh, okay. You must have grew up on cream of wheat.
Yeah.
So I
No,
said keep
grits.
friends and family out of your business. That we hear that often, even when you got on a white dress. The pastor may say it. This union is between you and him. But we tend to add other people because we need that cosigner to say, yeah, girl, you were right. In long term, you're saying how bad this person is. And then you guys get back together, and then you want us to get back together with them as well.
Hey,
It,
me and Nick
it
want to come
don't
over
work
your
like
house.
that.
Yeah. Hey, Mel, me and Nick want to come over your house and just kick it with you and the couples. You be like, wait, ain't that the broad that did this and that, blah, 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 and said this to your mama and spit at? You be like, no, y'all can't. We don't need that type of energy. No, we love each other. No, it don't work. It don't work.
Mhm.
I don't
I
Because
trust
can
you.
appreciate
you got the parent or whoever the family members looking at that other person crazy. I mean, I went through
because
it.
y'all brought all the friends and family into it.
I
Mm-hmm.
went through it and then
Did
had
you?
yeah had my like I went through it and had my mother-in-law come to my house on Mother's Day to pack up her son,
Wow.
and her other son would not bring her, and he was like, "They're married. I'm not. You're not getting it. I'm not getting it." So she got her sister. But once they got to the house and we got to talking, husband was sitting there quiet and I was talking. And Auntie was looking at him and looking at her sister and was like, and he wouldn't open his mouth when his mom was asking questions. Auntie was like, "Boy, speak. Is this true?" So like, I'm like, you telling only one side. You only telling the side that makes you look good. You're not telling the whole thing.
Well, everyone
And
does that.
so, and then so like afterwards, Auntie was like, "Well, what you gonna do?" And his mom was like, "What are you gonna do? You staying or going?" He was like, "I'm staying." Oh, she was harder than fish grease. Auntie looked at her. She looked at him and said, "Stop telling your mama all of you and your wife's business." And then she looked at her sister and said, "And you stay out of his business. He married.
You
Let's go."
you
So
have
I
a
went through it.
transparency that's
I
amazing.
went through it.
Isn't it? But since you put
Oh,
it out there,
you said yeah. Since you put it out there,
since you put it out there, let me ask you this. Nate laugh. You know how I go, Nate. I'm like, well, since you brought
hey,
let's
she she
let's
opened the door.
dissect.
She
Yeah,
opened the door.
let's dissect.
It's wide open. Go ahead.
But is it with his mom coming over there? Did you see signs before you guys got married that clearly mama, and this is a whole different mama's boy thing here. You didn't see
I
any
was
signs
her,
of
oh,
mother controlling?
I was her girl when we were just going together. Like she would tell him, "Where my girl at? Go get my girl. Go get my girl." I was her girl, but there's a lot of other underlying things that came about later. Like she knew my dad because my dad used to go to.
Okay, well let me ask you this.
It was all
So
different.
before you guys got married, y'all were cool. She liked you with her son or for her son.
Yes, yes,
And then when you guys got married and he became your husband and not her husband, then it was a problem.
and that's what it was because I took her son away from her. But it was other things too. But I took her son away from her. She was upset that I had been married previously. She was upset that I was
Did
older
she know
than
that when
her.
y'all were dating that you were married previously?
Yes.
So that couldn't have been it because she still liked you.
All of that came out later on when we had a talk. When I moved to Houston and he was on his way
Okay.
back. Yeah. All of that came out. Like even when as far as to calling best friends and talking the best trying to get the best friends to talk him out of marrying me, all of that came out.
Okay, so this was so he had another conversation with his mom prior to marrying you.
No, this is when she had a conversation. She called friends. He was adamant he gonna marry me or whatever.
No, no,
He
no. But answer
called
this question.
friends.
This is what I'm trying to understand. So, so
No,
prior to you guys getting married, she was letting him know that she wasn't with it.
no, that's the
Or
thing.
she
She
was.
never told him until after we were married.
Oh, she never told him, but she was telling everybody else.
Yes,
And
I
she
was
probably
I
wasn't gonna.
was her girlfriend until we got engaged and was getting ready to get married. Then that's when it went south. But she kept it to herself and called his best friends, trying to talk them into talking him out of it. And like once we got married, it was
Okay, all right, right there. I gotta go to Nate the Agitator because he is
I don't
looking
want to
and
touch it.
watching
No.
like he in the playoffs. You watching the playoffs? Who you
Hey,
got?
hey,
I got the Pacers. Who you got?
hey. I choose not to even watch. This is too deep for me.
The only reason I'm asking, I'm trying to see, was there anything prior? Because there are a lot of and there's a term. That's why we need Amber D in the building because she will break this down because I know it's a word for that where
Mhm.
mothers are married to their sons.
Yeah, it's called single moms.
you know,
Like,
these
oh,
things.
I'm crazy.
Hey, I've
I
said it
mean,
before. I've
But,
said it
but
before.
I guess you got a
listen,
point. You got a point because they do
yeah,
tell their sons that they're the man of the house. But
That's
does he have any brothers?
yeah, 12 years older.
Oh, okay, so he the baby.
so
Yeah,
he the baby. Oh, you done.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We like
That wasn't the only issue though. That's what I'm saying. That wasn't the only issue. And it really made sense after we got married. So
But
like
Okay,
here's
I
the
don't
thing.
want to go into it too more.
yeah,
No. But
Here's the thing. Men come in seeing the issues. We come in. This is my game plan. Up, she has a son. That's a problem. Up, you don't see your issues until you're already in it. Because your feelings allow you to get in it, and then you try to work through those issues. Most men come in and be like, okay, I got to deal with this boy being is he the mama's? Can I whoop this boy? Can I discipline him? We come in with this. We see the love, see things.
Okay, wait. I need you to say that loud and clearer because you so far. I know you got the device because you out of town. You in Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Yeah, one more time. Say it again.
We
We
come
come
in
in.
knowing the issues. We see the issue. I'm gonna come in and she has a son. Oh boy, okay. Am I gonna be able to whoop this son? Blah blah blah. Yada yada. Can I discipline him? Because we know a woman with a single mom with a son, that's her king. He gets the big piece of chicken, and it's not my baby. Versus their daughter, they'll in most cases throw that daughter away for a good man. But we come in saying, "Uh oh, she has a son." So we
Okay, so
see it
you said that the women come in. We don't know the issues until we're in it because
in
of
it,
our
right?
feelings.
Because of your feelings, you get in it, and then be like, "Well, I don't like this. Well, he should change that." Blah blah blah. But when we come in, and it's all in being a man, you have to see in front of it. We play chess. We always play chess. And there's very few women that play chess. So I have to see the board, see the possible moves, and move in a way where I can manipulate the board. So that's in us. Women are emotional, and they say, "Oh, he makes me feel good." We don't care if you're the 12th baby mama, this, that, and other. You'll get in it and then have a problem with all 11, well, 9 of the 11 baby kids, or whatever the case may be. So that's the difference between us two. So when you tell me that story, I'm like, well, you didn't at any point say, hey, nah, or see that, or anything like that. You seen it after you got in it. There had to be some signs. Because I'd have been like, when you told me the story, either he's the only son or the baby. I knew that. Just by hearing your story. Just
Okay,
by,
but you know what? Listening to that story and hearing everything that you said, thank you, Rhonda. Rhonda said enmeshment is the word, and Cornell said sunbin instead of a husband, a sunbin.
his husband. Yeah.
Okay, here's where I would think, okay, if you knew, even hindsight is 2020, we know that part. But knowing that if his mom did not want him to marry me and he still did, that tells me that he's making his own decisions. That's how I would look at it. I would. I would be like, oh, okay, well, she didn't want him and he made a decision for him.
Here's a question, and I'm going to say my answer is no, but I want to know the answer from you since you went through it. Did he have a father in his life?
His father
Thank you,
wasn't
thank
in
you.
his
I,
life like
yeah,
that.
Okay,
that's from the
so
beginning. That's number one. That is the
okay, but
biggest
I
red
want to
flag.
say this. I got to say this as far as when you say, did they have a father in their life? I know a lot of men who are mama's boys, air quotes for the listening audience, that have had their father in their life.
That's
But wait a
me.
minute, but
That's
wait a
me.
minute. And they are still looking to their mother for answers, even though they have had a father. I know a lot, and
My brother,
parents are still together. What's happening is what they see is a dominant mother and a I don't want any confrontation father.
my
And
brother was a mama's boy, but that wasn't the case.
but I'm telling you what I see. Only this is my example here. The and looking at it and seeing it, and that father is just like chill. I don't know how it was before, but you see who's running the
Mhm.
whole marriage to me. That's what I see. And I see that with three marriages. And I don't know if maybe the father is tired and he don't want to fight no more and he like, yeah, I'm done with that. Or is it like pleasing the wife at all times? Because
Well,
I go ahead.
that speaks to me because I'm a mama's boy. But my father was always there, and it was his wife. It was always his wife before us. He didn't, hey, whatever, boy, figure it out. But his
Mhm.
wife, he took care of, and he was that don't argue, sit in his chair, watch his movies type dude. So, Mel, you have something. I mean, I'm looking at me like, yeah, you have something. But he always preached to me how you take care of your mama. That's your first woman. You know, we come home from elementary. No, you don't get me nothing. Get it for your mama. So, but his presence taught me how to look at and treat women. Just him being there in the home. Because when he got home, the whole pH of the house changed. No matter what was going on, his presence was my present.
Oh, I like that. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, your presence is their present.
Let me say this
Nate the
to,
Agitator.
to speak to what you're saying, which is really good. So his is take care of your mother, take care of your mother. But you visualize your mother taking care of her husband.
You well, yeah. He always sat down. His plate always came to him. That's why I'm a big dude. I don't make my plate and stuff like that because that's all I seen him. Both of my grandfathers, they got the same treatment. They came home from the mill and they sat down, and everything went around them. So there was positions to be played, and that's probably why I'm so old school because
Where you have some children who see the mother disrespecting the husband.
right, never, none of the women in my life, my
So that's
grandmothers,
where the
my aunts,
dynamics change.
right, but we were all in traditional households. Mom, dad, grandma. I am
Mhm.
incredibly blessed where I seen it done the correct way. My parents before my dad died. Oh man, this is the first Father's Day without it. Wow. Before he passed, oh man, I forgot what I was saying. I never seen him disrespected or anything like that. He was always there. He was always there. In their relationship, I seen that. And he was, hey, if she wanted to go to the Bahamas and he didn't want to go, here's $500, bring me back a T-shirt. But his presence was felt, and he was always teaching me how to be a man first. Before I was a son, before I was, you have to be
Okay.
man first.
Okay. So with that being said, being taught that don't let nothing happen to your mom and protecting your mom, a woman comes in, you're still over there doing what was instilled in you. And
Yeah,
that's where I see there may be some confusion or something
it
where the
translates,
mother comes. Here's a prime example. Father's there, mother's there. We're together. Me and Nate the Agitator are together.
of course.
Both his parents there. His mother needs to go to the grocery store.
Hmm.
We're supposed to go to the movies. On our way to the movies, mom said, I need to go to the grocery store now. So you like, hey, listen, I got to take my mother to the grocery store. Let's go to the later show.
That's a good one, man. No, because with me, this is now I don't do the Nick thing and talk about me, but I'm going to do this.
Go
This
ahead.
is the, with me. Luckily, my mom stays far enough back, and she doesn't demand anything of me. And I let her know, hey, me and such are going to the movies. Me and Mel going to the movies. I can get it later, or I'll Walmart eat Uber Eats it or something like that. But she's in the equation. But once I say I do to someone else, you release your parents and your kids and everything. It's about me and you. Because, like I tell the women, this kid ain't gonna think you cool when he's 14. He ain't gonna want to hang out with you and do all the stuff he's doing now while you're trying to be his best friend. You're not gonna be cool when this kid is 14. They're not gonna want to hang out with you. So you better get him prepared now. And being his little friend down here, only person that's gonna get hurt in this equation is you. And
Okay.
I'm open to being told I'm wrong.
Okay. But in that scenario that I gave you, what would you do?
I would tell my mom I had things planned and I can come over later or something like that. Because now I am a father or I have a wife. So
Or
I'm going on how my dad treated his wife.
we're dating going into that. I'm a
Right.
fiance.
Right.
Now, here, the reason I brought that up is because even listening to Nick's scenario that she gave,
Hmm.
it's who are you choosing?
Mm,
And and the
right.
reason I say that because if he goes and be like, hey, let's go to a later show to take your mother grocery shopping. Your mother is not a widow. Her husband is right there, but he's
Okay.
not taking her.
That's totally different. That's totally different. I thought
You
just
see,
the
that's what
mom.
I'm saying. The husband is
Right.
there.
Well, yeah.
That to me tells me how our marriage is going to be. So
That is a
I
sign.
would not do him.
There's a sign in the situation I thought, like my dad is gone. Ugh, oof. He's no longer here, so I have to fill in certain shoes. But my number one thing would be my wife. So, Mel, hey, listen, my mom needs some. Can you Uber Eats it, or do we have time? Can we get another show? I would divert that to you because you will always be my number one priority. You have to be my number one priority for us to work. And that's not that 50-50. That is how we run. are a
Right.
corporation. When you sign up for Woodard and Associates, you are now the other Woodard, and everything else around us is associates. My
Okay.
kids, our kids, your kids, my parents, your parents, our parents, all associates.
And
Okay.
see, that's where I
Uh,
was
let me
blindsided.
let me go to the comment real quick, Nick. Mr. Queener Jr. said, "Nothing comes before your wife but Jesus." Okay. All right. Go
And
ahead,
that's
Nick.
where I was blindsided because I was the priority as the girlfriend and the fiance, but then I came backseat as the wife.
Well, my question is still, did you answer that? Yeah, you did answer it when I said no. He didn't. I mean, it's all you have to see where his roots. His roots come in. You have to see his roots. See, me and Mel didn't get married because we found out we was cousins. We looked in the roots. The answer was in the roots.
She was like, "Ah."
Wait a minute.
No,
That's
but
what
I
you doing
like
here.
what Nick just said. Nick just said, as the fiance and the girlfriend, she was priority. As the wife, she got on the back burner. So is it a I got you now?
It
Yeah,
could
I
be.
was blind. Like I said, I was blindsided
It
this
could
last
be, but
time.
I'm telling you, the major red flag was that question I asked you. You have to, a man can only be built by another man. He's just an adult boy. And the sad part is that's the majority. You don't see a lot of men coming from men, but you can tell the difference at sight. The man that has a man in his life, you can smell it. You can smell it.
And see, the thing is, he would be around his best friend's dad, and he grew up around them, and they taught him. He later on would be like as a teenager be around his father, but he got a lot of his. He was like, I. He was like, I be around older people. I listen to the older men in my life. They've taught
That's
me
good.
this and that.
That's good.
And then when we got married, it was like, boom. No, my mama come first.
No, I tell my mama to her
I think
face.
it all depends. I think it all depends. You said you're gonna tell your mother to her face that
You don't. You don't
but
know her.
your mother knows though. And
Aha!
that's the thing. It depends on the type of mother that you have. Even men who were raised with single mothers,
Exactly. But
they'll
that's you.
know their role because they have seen that father figure somewhere. And there's
But
one person that I know who was raised by a single mother. He's an amazing husband and father. And that's the one that told me, he said, anything in life, if whatever is absent in your life, you will find a role model. You
yep.
will find something that you want to be and be like, okay, and then you'll follow that person. So when something is not there, you don't just sit there and just chill. You look for it if you want to,
Right.
or you
Because
use it as a cop out.
everybody know that I'm hot on the lyrics. I'm a rapper. I can rap. I look to Ron Kim to do that. You know what I mean? Because our flows are just pretty much alike. My daddy was no rapper, but that's the box I needed filled, so I went to that. With your ex-husband being around older men and stuff like that, that was his box filler. But if it's not ingrained and he doesn't choose to, you can only see that box sometime.
Mhm.
My box was in the front room watching TV, calling me talking about I can't find this because the new cable boxes, they ain't got numbers, so he would call me to come do that. So he was there. So that's why I'm so ingrained in it, and I see it and stuff like that. But but there's still guys that can come and be. I'm not shunning them. I'm just
Mhm.
saying it's your choice. You have to see these things post. No, no, I'm sorry. Pre. I ain't gonna say pre-smash, but let's for the argument, pre-smash and go with in acceptance. You have to see these things and know them. Because he treats you all nice and stuff like that, yeah. But if you look at the roots, you only got 3 months of that training where we just, oh, it's okay, all
Oh, that's
training.
that 90-day rule that
Wee.
Steve
Listen, like
Harvey talks about.
like Neil always say, you send your representative. That's what to me. Thinking back, that was your representative at first, because then the real person came out after the I do.
The P after the PNC.
Yeah,
Oh
there
no,
it is.
no, you got an
The
a
PNC.
ring. Yeah. You
After
said no, the
PNC.
PNC.
PNC, that's
You
real.
ain't talking about the bank either. Okay. So I look, there's a guy on here that said the truth is the way we were taught was BS. So I guess depending on your upbringing and what was going on in your household. Now, back to like the shop topic between you and I. When you have a stepmother or your second wife or third wife,
Hmm.
you have multiple wives.
Right.
Are you expecting the family to embrace that present wife the way they would have wife number one?
That's a
Since it's
personal
till
one.
death do we part.
That's a personal one. I can relate to that one, but I never looked at it like that. I always looked at it as this is my choice. You're my family. Love me and respect me to still just ride with me. I'm not telling you you have to. No, my ace wife was so much better. It's true love, and she got to say, "Okay, ace wife." No, you just be you and trust enough in me that I have to go through my trials and tribulations. Just because you think number six was better than number four, that's your personal feeling. But I'm with number six now, so just give
Okay.
them basic
Okay,
respect.
Nick, I want to ask you same question regarding, do you expect the family to, I won't say embrace because yeah, you'll embrace them, like husband number three more than husband number one?
Couldn't nobody stand husband number one.
Oh, okay. So they was all in.
Husband number two, they still call family. They still husband number three, they like
Okay.
whatever. He was family then, but the way that ended. But husband number two, they still consider family. He's still cuz he's still, and I was his second wife, and he had kids to the first wife. And I was treated much better than the first wife because of the
That you
type of
know her because you
personality
weren't
she
there
had.
during that time. Okay, let
No,
me say this.
her personality.
Let me say this. Let me say this. The reason I asked that question is because when you're first introduced to the first, you're at the wedding, the first spouse, all in. Hey, this is family. This is this because it's till death do we part. So automatically you embrace. Now you get to spouse number two didn't work. Now we on spouse number three. Spouse number three feels like, oh, the family don't really like me. Well, we didn't
No,
see. Not, I'm telling you, but we didn't seen and met spouse number one, number two, or number three, and you come number four. We got to get to know you because what's happening is coming in as that other spouse. And I love you guys in the comments too. Keep commenting. I'm reading it. You can't expect us. It's not that we don't like you, we don't know you. And we also have to protect ourselves from, I hope this lasts. You know what I'm saying? From our heartache. Oh, they not together no more. Well, I can't even, can I still be her friend? She comes over. And just because you're friends with a previous wife, remember we knew other people before you. So don't take it as, oh, okay, they don't like me. That's not it. We have to get to know you. And a lot of people, a lot of the newer wives come in automatically with that wall. They got a wall and they shouldn't have one.
well,
That
I
your
get it.
family's not gonna like me because they like this one. Don't make assumptions because that's not true. Because just like what Nick
Right.
said, family didn't like husband number one. They was down with husband number two.
Well, I mean,
So
And still down with him.
you got friends be like, nah, I'll make his next wedding. Don't worry about it. I'll just make his next wedding. So I mean,
I won't call,
that's how it is. Or you got that one cousin that bring different people to the family reunion.
yeah, yeah.
And you
my
expect
first husband called me the Black Liz Taylor, and I'd be like, "Girl, shut up. Just get a husband first. Get a
they call
fiance.
you Liz Taylor.
Yeah, get a fiance, and then we can talk." Anyway,
Hey, hey, I get it.
Okay, I
It's
gotta go to these comments. I gotta go to the comments real quick. Let me see here.
start off with the Nate was right ones. I like those.
Having multiple women being a so-called player is BS. Be a man and love your wife. Okay. Then we have family should respect you enough to respect your situation and choices. However, feelings are feelings and they build their own relationships.
exactly.
Okay.
I like that one.
You like that one? Okay. Then there is, I'm my husband's third wife. Oh, let me put this one up so I can read it in bold. This is the situation. I'm my husband's third wife, and all I ask for is the same respect that you would expect me to reciprocate to anyone as a human being.
Right.
Even though his family don't care for wife number one or two, that was before me. Has nothing to do with me. Just offer me the same respect that you would offer any human being. That was great.
Touche.
Thank you.
Them last two that I nominate for Shop Top Comment of the Week.
You can't do two.
Okay,
I'm
John
going with the
James
last one.
and Rhonda Johnson.
Rhonda, you got me. I'm with Rhonda.
You at Rhonda?
That's
Now,
the last one, right?
I like both of them.
okay. Now here's the thing though. Why is it that the current spouse feel like they need to compete with somebody they didn't even know?
That's women. That's
You
just.
think that's women? But it could
I,
be okay.
I do.
What about the husband? For
I,
husbands, you said that's women. What about if it was the husband?
that's kind of
It's kind of spicy.
it's kind of sassy. That's kind of sassy. That's a feeling move. It's a feeling move. I'm like, hey, that person's not here. Is she here? Was she in the bed with us last night? Was she? Did she get the roses I sent? No, that's you feeling that way. So that's a woman thing. And a man is just like this. Okay. Because there's nothing I can do about it. You feel that way. So I'm
Feeling
just.
that way. See, to me, that's a red. That's a red flag.
It is. It is.
If it
It
was
is
me, I'd be like,
emotional
listen, if I
immaturity.
love you, if they don't, if that's your problem, that's not between you and I.
I
That's
let you have it.
between you and them.
Yeah. And
And
it's
I would
it's
look,
emotional
I would look at
immaturity.
that as a red flag. That's almost like a
Very.
guy asking, so what happened in your last relationship?
I can
So,
understand that one.
can do you need my resume?
No, but I can understand that question. It's chess. We got to see where the
Okay,
landmines
if you
are.
have to see, but we know that there's three sides to every story. But we're gonna
Right.
go. Okay, so you got the two. If you're asking me what happened in your last relationship, and I tell you, you know that there's another side. I'm just expressing how I was affected.
Yeah. But I mean, we got to take everything with a grain of salt, especially if it's coming from
I say why I just know it's over. Now the only time I'm gonna ask questions is if she's no longer around. I need to know what happened to her.
I
You
ain't
know
gonna
what
tell
I'm
you where I
saying?
put the bodies. Why would I tell you where I put the
See,
bodies?
that's what I need to know what happened. But I think if you're asking me all these questions, let me give you his phone number. Go ahead, kick it with him then. Since you're more
Uh,
concerned about that situation.
to go with the thing, you can tell me these things and how you see them because you can see them as a half dozen. I just see them as six. So I mean, you telling me it, and it can relate
And
to
it's
the
the and
topic.
did y'all hear that? I can see it as a has half dozen, and he said he can see it as six. It's the same thing, just the
But
delivery is different.
you're right. See, that was a good one. Hold on, let me. That
Oh,
was a good
that was
quote of the day.
deep. That was deep. You better write that down for the footnote.
Yeah. Quote of the day. Not a half dozen. That ain't a half dozen. That's only six.
Okay, look, and then I'm side eyeing you like that's the
Yeah.
same. Okay.
Not to me. Not to me.
Okay, so I see fellas saying that a real dude won't ask you that. L said, Mr. Hamilton said, I never asked. She told me the story. I actually would like to know because I knew the ex. Okay, now that's different.
No.
And we know the recycled men that we have to rinse off in this area
Yeah. It's
before
a
we
small
date them.
pond. It's a small pond.
Yeah,
Small pond.
and then rinse them off real quick and date them. Are you okay now in this day dating a friend?
Like that comes with like Mr. Hamilton. I would ask him. I say, hey man, did you franchise tag that? So if it's a friend, I'm gonna get his grace, his permissions. Because it's a small pond, he understands it's a small pond. And I want to know, my boys, is it feelings or was it just a feeling? Because feelings, you can still be like, man, I remember Mel used to do this, and I wonder if she make that cornbread for him, and I still love her, and we still talk on
Is she
DMs.
making him some chitlins?
That's right. Does she clean that chitlins good, or does she leave them? So with friends and being in a small pond, there's protocols. There's protocols to everything.
Oh, so, okay. Let me go to somebody text. They said rank them off. Instead of rinse them off, write them off.
Yeah, you got a range. You got a range.
Okay, so we have a previous widow. The only time my late husband was mentioned was when I was telling him that I was a widow. Understandable, because I need to know. Look, I need to know what happened, because I'll be watching that Lifetime.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
First
It
48.
snapped and snapped. Woo.
It's not right. Let's see what happened. Okay. Oh, look, I didn't even realize what time it was, people. Okay, let me go with Mr. Hamilton. We literally asked each other if they were off limits.
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
franchise. I
okay,
best
that's what you
franchise.
franchise. I
That's
know my
franchise.
friend, so if he kicked it with her, I don't want her. Okay, see, that goes back to what you were saying, Nate the Agitator,
See,
when
I
you
say it
actually
again.
said like our value decrease
Uh-huh.
and you guys increase,
Right.
depending on where you at. All right, let
Yeah.
me go. Nate, I'm gonna see how I can fix this. Let's see. Can we do this? Let you do the footnote today. Do you remember it?
Okay. No.
Okay. All right. He don't remember what he said. Today's footnote. You may see things as a half dozen. We see things as six.
Quote of the day. I want my T-shirt. I want my
You got
T-shirt.
your t-shirt? All right. All right, lovely people. That is my time. I thoroughly enjoyed you as I do each and every single Saturday. Time is something I know we cannot get back, so we appreciate you guys spending your time with us. But before we go, it's the Battle of the Sexes next Saturday from 2 to 6 p.m. Come out and enjoy fire, food, and a good time. Okay.
I'll be there.
You'll be
Destroy.
there. They will be there. Listen, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, you could definitely get your tickets. If you want to donate to the channel, you can do so at Shop Talk with Mel. What is it? The Cash App is $ Shop Talk with Mel. PayPal me at Shop Talk with Mel as well. Tickets for this event is $35. It goes toward the Get Ready Scholarship. Mel, what the heck is a Get Ready Scholarship? The Get Ready Scholarship is you are getting ready the scholarship before you go to college. Like the things you don't think about, like the linen in the dorm, your refrigerator, your microwave, those type things. So a lot of people, they'll get those scholarships, but they got to be in school for a second. Ours is the Get Ready Scholarship. There were some people who didn't know everything that I did in the community. If you know me, you know I move in silence, but trust and believe. If you want to donate, you donate. If you don't worry about it. If you feel as though, hey, I donated $20, I don't know where it went, just know it went to a good cause because that's what I do, but I won't share what I do because it is nobody's business. It's between them and myself. And it might be you, might need help with paying a bill, things like that. That's where that money goes toward. Okay. And even Christmas, we do Christmas, we choose a family. We do the Christmas giveaways. We do the utility giveaway periodically. And you don't have to write a complete novel. We're trusting that you're telling the truth. And I'll be honest, if you are reaching out, and this has always been me, do I have to write down I need a turkey for Thanksgiving and do a whole essay on it? If you need a turkey and you're just trying to feed your family, boom. That's what the fundraiser goes for. But this particular event that we're having is the Get Ready Scholarship. All right. No age limit because you could be older trying to get ready. And we know how it is when you got an electric bill due and you're like, wait, I got to pay for my books and things like that. And you done used up your Pell Grant. Because we know we done used up all of that. Can I get your Pell Grant? We know that sometimes you may need help. So there you have it, lovely people. That's it. Find you, embrace you. Most importantly, always, always love you. Until next week, people, you know what it is. 1, 2, 3. Shut
Shop
up.
talk.
Nate. Oh, Nate was on mute.
Yep.
That's why we
There
got
we go. Y'all, did I do that or y'all did that?
We did that. You were on mute. That's why I came at the same time. Might be
Y'all,
you.
whatever.
Might be you.
Hey, tell the women don't come to that event because it's battle of the sexes and I'm bringing both guns.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
will
coming to
destroy you.
put my hands around his neck if y'all want to see me choke him out.
that's it, Nick.
That's it. I'm coming to choke him out, y'all.
Y'all heard it right here. Listen, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
See
The
you
game
guys
is
next week.
off the hook. The conversation is off the hook, and it is explore monogamy in the
And,
millennium. We still doing
and I'll sign some autographs, guys. I mean, hey, you can come touch all
They
that is
can
deep.
touch. They can come touch a real husband.
I
Show
don't know
them
if
how to be a
Mr.
real
Agitator gonna
husband.
agree with that. Listen, I don't know if Mr. Agitator gonna agree with that.
What happened?
I
She
don't
said
know if
she gonna
Mrs.
be
Agitator gonna agree with that.
She cool. She know her husband's
She
job.
don't know it's
Look,
she
see,
think it's next month.
Oh, she think it's next
Next
month.
month.
He play too much.
it
First,
costs too much.
first, be there on time, and if you can't be there on time, just come in and jump in wherever. Get in where you fit in. Ain't that what they say?
That's
All
it.
right, have a good time. See y'all Saturday.
Peace.
Peace.